Hi guys. I've got a new look. And I knew I couldn't just start filming without explaining, and so that's what this video is for today. If you've been cooking with me and you've been with me for the long haul, you know all the different stages that are me, and you know the changes I have made and the progress I have made and my successes and my failures, and you have just seen me evolve into a different person. And I thank you for being with me for that, and I hope that this new look doesn't put any of you off, and I hope that you'll stick around with me and that you'll appreciate what I'm doing and why. And I knew I couldn't just start filming again without explaining. And if you notice the last few videos that I've done, you haven't seen my face. And that's why, is because I was growing out my really too short last haircut into something that I could dread and put extensions onto. And I felt very frumpy and I looked very frumpy, and I didn't want you to see me like that until I could complete the transformation. So I really have been just, you know, I watch Heather Goodwin on the Butterfly Effect, and that's what it reminds me of, is I'm a butterfly, and I'm coming out of my cocoon, and I hope that you will embrace this with me and at least see the reasons why I've done it, and that you won't be put off from the channel for it. Please don't be judgy. Understand that it's my choice, it's my hair, it's what I wanted to do since, about 2006, 2008. And I kept getting put off from it, and I just have got to the point in my life, and if you guys have sat in my kitchen with me and cooked with me, you know I have earned the right to be me. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just being me, and this is who I am, and I hope that you'll still love me, and that you'll still cook with me in my kitchen, and that you'll still be part of my journey. I will start a separate playlist all about the hair, because some of you are going to be interested, and maybe I can convince some of you to, you know, start the journey with me, or at least not be judgy to those who are doing it. You know, if you see someone different, however that difference manifests, I hope that this will open your eyes to just not be judgy to other people, okay? So, you know, because you followed me, that I am 54 years old this year. And so I grew up in the 80s with the big hair and the perms and the teasing and the really powerful hairspray that, heaven forbid anybody light a match around us, because we are going up and we're taking you with us, right? So, yeah, I just want to say that locked hair is not just for young people. It looks pretty good on us older women. And I really think that it has taken years off of my look, and it's definitely taken years off of my attitude. So I wanted them, the first time I saw there was two women that came to my booth when I was back at Santa Fe Farmers Market. And you know, Santa Fe is its own little world, and people are just very free-spirited there. And there's a lot of tourists, so there's people from all over the world. There's a lot of natural and organic, and just, you know, it's a different culture. It really is. But, so I met these women, and I just loved their hair. They had done what's called partial dreads. They had just dreaded up the top, and then they pulled them up, you know, much like I've done up here, and left the back down long. And the reason they did it was they needed volume, and they had such a hard time getting volume, as I did. You know, I would fix my hair and spend hours fixing my hair. Don't touch me. Heaven forbid it rains or the wind blew. And oh my God, I was such a fanatic about my hair when it was long. And couldn't keep that volume no matter what you do. You know, if you perm it, once you get, you know, an inch of growth, it's gone. You know, that the perm is gone out of that hair, and there goes your volume with it. And then, of course, you're frying your hair. So you know that with losing weight, I was able to cut all my hair off. Well, it got to the point, and I'm sure you noticed as I progressed through my videos, is every time I'd go get my hair cut, they would cut more and more and more off of it until it was really, really too short, and I didn't like it anymore. And it took me forever to grow that out, and I just decided at that point, it's time. It's time for me to lock my hair. I wanted to do it right before I cut my hair, and to be honest, cutting my hair was the result of not being able to lock it. And when I say not being able to, I confided in my mother and my sister that I wanted to do it, and they threw such a fit and told me, oh, they knew someone with dreads and they were stinky and they were gross looking and they looked dirty all the time. And guys, people wash their locks. They do. It's just hair. You wash it, you shampoo it, you know, you just have to be sure that you get it dry, and it's harder to dry. It takes longer. But people wash their locks, so don't be all judgy like that. But they were, and I didn't know enough about them at that time to, you know, combat it. I showed them some pictures of some women that I had found on Instagram and Pinterest and all that I really liked, and they were like, oh, well, that is pretty, but don't do it, Tina, don't do it. And so what I did was, instead, is I just chopped all my hair off. I almost slipped for Family Channel. So I liked it for a while, but there was this sweet spot, what I call this sweet spot, of about a week where it looked really good. And then it didn't anymore, and it was time to cut it to refresh the style. You had to cut it a lot, and they just kept cutting more and more and more, and I didn't like it anymore. I didn't feel like me. I felt like it was too short, and I have big features, and when I say that, I mean I have big eyes, I have a wide nose, I have big lips, and so you take those big features and you need some hair to offset that. And I'm a Leo, and Leos are all about the mane. You know that's true. So I got to the point where I just said, you know what, it's time for me to be me. And this is something I've wanted for a really long time, and I don't care who likes it, and I knew my husband was not going to like it, and I knew that because I actually witnessed him around someone with locked hair. We just walked by this guy one time, and he had locked hair, and I thought it was beautiful, and maybe that's why I didn't like him. But yeah, he pulled this face, and he was like, ugh. And there was no call for that, you know, there was no call for that. So I knew my husband wasn't going to like it, and you know what? I didn't care. I'll say it plain. I didn't care. I said, I'm going to be me. And I don't care if my mother likes it, and I don't care if my sister likes it, and I don't care if my kids like it, and I don't care if my husband likes it. It's time for me to be me. And my husband went a long time ago, don't tell Tina what to do, because you might get hurt. So he is very supportive, and whatever I want to do, he's like, do what you want, I'll support you, I got your back. And sometimes that he says that and doesn't actually mean it. Sometimes he says that and he's kind of passive aggressive about it. And he'll tell me, well, I support you and I wouldn't tell you what to do, but, and then comes the but. And the whole time he's telling me I wouldn't tell you what to do, I'm like, try it, buddy. Because that would not be a pretty sight. If you guys have got any sense of my personality from watching me through these videos, that would not be pretty. So anyway, so I planned all this in secret. I had been saving some of my daughter's hair. She had hair down to her butt, and when she was 8 years old, we did her first haircut and cut it to her shoulders, and I saved that long braid all these years, and I didn't know why. And she would find it in the box I had it in. Why are you saving this, Mom? And I'd say, because I don't know why, but I'm saving it. I have to have it. There's a reason. There's a reason and I don't know yet. And now I know, is I also saved some of my son's hair, and if you all have seen him in family videos, he's got red hair like me, but it's a little bit lighter. And when he cut his hair, I saved his hair. So his was about this long and hers was about that long. And then I bought some human hair extensions that I created dreads with. So in secret, I made all of these extensions that I had put in my hair by a professional loctician. And if you guys are interested in that at all, let me know. She is in Kent, Ohio, and she specializes in fine, thin hair, which I have. I have very baby fine hair, but I have tons of it. So when I would, back in the 80s get perms, they would be like, oh my God, we did not realize how much hair you had. It would always take 2 perm kits and they'd be asking for rollers from all of their, mates that were next to them, because it would just take so long to roll up my hair. So this woman at Dreadlam is her name, specializes in fine thin hair. And I am going to do a playlist separate from my cooking and lifestyle and what I eat in a day and all of that. And it'll be all about the journey and the progression of my locks and how to take care of them and maintenance and what I do and how I do it, and you will get to see as they change and grow, okay? So I hope that this kind of explains things for you. And one of the reasons why I did it was I am disabled, so I have arthritis in my neck and hands. I also have the carpal tunnel injuries in my hands, and fixing my hair is painful and it's hard to do, and I don't want to spend hours fixing my hair, and I don't have to. I get up in the morning and I floof my bangs, and I might pin it up or pin part of it up, or I might leave it down, and it looks fabulous. I look and feel younger, and I just feel like me. That's the best way I can describe it. I feel like me. They've given me confidence, and just the me has come out. I'm a butterfly that is just, I've come out of my cocoon. So far, the reception I have received has been really well. My daughter wasn't quite sure about it. She was watching me dance around the kitchen yesterday, and she just stopped and she smiled at me and she said, I like your hair. And that was like, my head just exploded. For her, 16-year-old really judgy, not so sure she wants Mom to do this, not understanding, her friends not understanding, that was a big deal for me. My son was in talking with me, and I was fiddling with my hair. You have to separate them, because they will, what they call Congo up, they will grab on and hold on to each other, and you'll end up with one big massive lock if you don't sit and separate them. And I was conditioning all of these loose bits that I have that is undreaded hair. I was conditioning them. So I'm there messing with my hair as we're talking. And he told me later on last night, he says, I was watching you, and Mom, you just shaved 40 years off of your look, because I see you in my mind's eye as your 17-year-old Valley Girl self. I'm from California. And he says, I imagine that's what you were like, just, la 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 la, playing with your hair. And he says, you look so much younger, and you act so much younger, and I feel so much younger. And my husband was like, I wasn't sure about it, I'll be honest, I wasn't sure about it, but it suits you. And, now he's kind of thinking about doing it himself, because he's bald on the top and he wants to cover that up. And, you know, maybe it will. We'll see. So, again, I'm going to do a playlist that will be all about that journey separate. So if you want to follow that, you can. And if you're not interested, then you don't have to. Just stay with my cooking and lifestyle videos. But this is called Tina Turner because it's all about the different aspects of Tina Turner. And so I didn't feel like I could just start filming and not explain what I did and why I did it. All right, have a great day, guys.